everyone, it's Amanda with My Life, My Way. I am actually in Dresden right now, in Germany. It's been a few days since we updated you guys. Some things have been kind of going on. We've been crazy busy. It's even been a few days since I was capable of even putting up pictures onto our Instagram and onto Facebook, so I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to try and get some of it uploaded here if I don't fall asleep first, but yeah, so I think the last time I talked to you guys, we were in Prague, just after our egg transfer. All the pain from the egg retrieval is all gone. I don't have any more cramps that way. And then everything kind of like settled into normal. Because I was feeling pretty good. We had a couple extra days left. We made a run for Poland for Remembrance Day. We actually did a tour of Auschwitz for Remembrance Day. It was really heavy. I don't know what other kind of words to use there. It was very interesting, it was very informative, and it was very heartbreaking. I haven't put up any pictures yet, but there's actually, it looked like several groups of teenagers that were kind of running around, not running around, but respectively like going around and looking at things. And they all had on these white sweaters with blue writing on it, that kind of like tagged out the group as being a Jewish group of teenagers. And there was 3 or 4 different groups we kind of ran across as we were doing our tour. Didn't think anything of it. They were, walking through it and hearing information the same as all the rest of us were. And then we got to the area where in Auschwitz 1, where they had one crematorium, and then when you went to Auschwitz-Birkenau is when they really started like ramping things up, and there's 4 crematoriums there. But we went to go walk through the first one, and some of the groups had gotten together, and there was probably 20 or 30 people all standing in a circle with their arms around each other. And we could see them, but because we were doing our own tour, you have your own headset on, and we couldn't, you can't really hear what anybody's saying. And all of a sudden you'd realize they were singing, and their song kind of like came up over top of this like disembodied voice we were following around for our own tour. And it was really cool. It was really neat to see a race that somebody literally tried to exterminate, and a religion that somebody basically tried to wipe off the face of the earth, come back and be, I don't know, sort of revived in a way, is kind of, I think, the words I'm going for. It was really neat to see. The first night we were in Krakow, we got in about 5 o'clock. We ended up jumping on a food tour at 6. Food tours are one of our favorite things to do because it's a tour. It covers some history, some buildings and information about the town, some of the history of the town that you're in, and then it also goes into anywhere between like 3 to 8 restaurants where you have like little bits of food in each one, and you learn about that restaurant specific and what they're kind of known for and that kind of stuff. And we end up having like a sort of traditional Polish meal over the course of a couple of restaurants, with the soup and the pierogies, which were amazing. We even tried the like sweet pierogies, which is not a dessert pierogi. It's like a regular pierogi, but it's stuffed with like strawberries or blueberries or something along those lines. And then it's served with cream. Pretty good. Wasn't bad. A little different. I've never eaten pierogies that were not savory. So, anyways, so that was kind of cool. And then she actually gave us a referral to another pierogi house in the city that had like 30-something different types of pierogies, and they made them homemade. So we went down there for dinner after Auschwitz and Birkenau. And oh my God, I will post a picture. I had to take a picture. We bought 2 of the mixed plates, and then realized how big the pierogies were, and realized we were in trouble. There was like, I think 30 on the meat platter, and then 30 on the vegetarian platter. So 60 pierogies altogether. We made a really good dent in them. And then we took some home and ate them for breakfast the next morning. What are you going to do? And then we got on the train this morning and took the train to Dresden. And so I'm sitting in Dresden. We're back in Germany. Dresden is a town that's supposed to be amazingly beautiful. My husband works with a guy that actually was born and raised in Dresden. And he had nothing better to say, or nothing less than amazing things to say about this city. He's like, you gotta go, it's beautiful, you gotta see it. So we got 2 days left. We're literally gonna like run around, see as much of Dresden as we can in like 36 hours, and then go home. Because we got here so late, we went to a restaurant, but their kitchen closed at 10, so they're open till 1, but their kitchen closed, and we got there at like 10 after 10. So we couldn't get anything fried, which means like schnitzel's out. Couldn't get anything cooked. But we ended up having a soup each, and I had some sort of like cream of potato soup with like sausage cut up into it, like with like bratwurst sausage cut up into it. It was amazing and good. Yeah, and some garlic bread, and neither one of us went home hungry. I was a little worried about that, but yeah. So if you guys want to follow me along, I saw your question, by the way. Hi, everybody. My Instagram is getting_prognant, so PRAGUENANT. I thought that was hilarious. It made me giggle when I made it up. Yeah. As for when we're coming home, I saw that question, by the way. I just didn't have enough time to answer it. We are coming home on the 15th, so we only have a couple days left. We're literally going to see as much of Dresden as we can. Take the train back to Prague late in the evening, and then we're back up and on the plane at like 10 a.m. Hi, Chelsea! That's my sister-in-law. As for am I feeling any different, I don't have any of the like pains left over from the egg retrieval and the like supersized ovaries and the super bruised ovaries that get left over after the egg retrieval. I still get a little more sore if I need to pee, which sounds ridiculous, but what happens, I think, is that your bladder swells up and then pushes against your, like, super sore ovaries. And so they're getting better. I can definitely, like, get close to actually having a legitimate full bladder now, instead of, like, screaming in pain before I really even need to actually go to the bathroom. So that's nice. But yesterday at dinner? No, 2 days ago at dinner. Hi, Danny! So 2 days ago at dinner, I had like a bout of vertigo, and I haven't had vertigo in a long time. So for those of you that don't know, vertigo is like a bout of dizziness, and it's often associated with nausea. So we were sitting at dinner. It was sort of a post-dinner dinner. We did the like food tour thing, and then we stopped in for drinks at Hard Rock Cafe so we could get some cups. And we were sitting there, and like all of a sudden just the whole room, it wasn't like spinning, but when I moved my head, the room spun farther than my face did. If that makes any kind of sense to anybody who's never suffered from vertigo. But it did make me pretty nauseous. I was not feeling good on our way home. I did not feel good for the rest of that night. And then every time I tried to eat again the next day, I got super nauseous. Every single time I tried to eat. That being said, that went away yesterday. And I haven't had any problems with any kind of dizziness, any nausea since, until this evening, and it kind of came back. So, I don't know. The last time I had vertigo was when I was pregnant last time, but I've definitely had rounds of vertigo when I was not pregnant, so that's not a given either. And I'm so pumped full of drugs right now, that it could kind of be a little bit of anything, and who knows at this point, so I'm not really sure. And then I missed a question. I'm really sorry. I saw it come up, and I was going to answer it in a minute, and then I forgot what the question was, so if you could rewrite me the question, that would be super good. Yeah, so I hope it's good news. I don't know if it is. Oh, it was the Ergonet test. So the test they sent me home with, I think we're not actually supposed to test until, like, the 23rd of November or something like that. Which is not going to be the way that goes down. We're thinking about testing before we leave Europe, because I'd kind of like to drink on the plane if I'm sort of like having a consolation prize. That being said, I might not test until I'm home and in Canada. We're not sure yet, so I don't have an answer for you. It will be live. We'll do that here with you guys. Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do yet. And we're flying home with Air Canada, I think, and they suck. At least with Lufthansa, all the wine was free. But if we're not flying home with Lufthansa, maybe it really doesn't matter. There won't be any wine anyways to be had. So, I don't know. I kind of think about it. It depends on whether or not this like dizziness and nausea comes back again or what. Because I got a little dizzy tonight, but it didn't make me nauseous at all. I like ate more than enough food. I did get sick from that. So there's that. Oh, the other thing that was really cool about spending Remembrance Day in Krakow is that Poland celebrates their Independence Day on Remembrance Day. Ta-da! So we bought, my husband bought a flag. We hung out for a little bit of it. If we do need to go back, I think we can spend less time there, because I think with us doing it a second time around, they'll let me get the drugs from Canada with a Canadian doctor, and then I do like 6 days worth of the drugs, and then head up there to do my appointment with them on the 8th. So I think that's how it would work. I'm not really sure. And again, I get a test sometime the next couple of days, but because we're going home on the 15th, I might wait till the 16th in order to test. Because we are on progesterone, I will not get a period by myself until I come off the medications. And they don't want me coming off unless I get a negative on the 23rd of November. They want me to stay on the medications. And if we end up getting a positive, then they want me staying on them until 8 weeks into the pregnancy, or until my Canadian fertility doctor tells me what she would like me to do. Because we'll go with her advice from that point onwards. And then all the like prenatal care and all that kind of stuff happens from Canada. So Canada doesn't help you get pregnant, but once you get pregnant, they don't care how you did it. It all still counts kind of the same way. So luckily, the crazy lady vagina balls have not made me completely insane. My husband and I have had a few little fights that I've picked over stupid things. Usually nothing. I'm gonna get up and move, by the way. I need water. This is our TV. It's still not turned on. But, and Danny, no, I'm not in Poland now. I was in Poland for Remembrance Day. We were in Poland this morning, and now I'm in Dresden in Germany. And we're gonna spend tomorrow here, and then the next day in the afternoon we get back on the train and go back to Prague. And then on the 15th, I think at like 10:40 in the morning, we get on the plane to come back to Canada. And it's weird. So we get on the plane at 10:40. We get into Edmonton at 7:30 p.m. with an 8-hour time change. So it's actually 17 hours between like flights and changeovers, not including the time between like us getting to the Prague airport and checking in and that kind of stuff, because it'll be an international flight. So yeah, that'll be fun. We're going from Prague to Frankfurt to Calgary, back to Edmonton. So that's going to be fun. I think it's like 9 hours or something from Frankfurt to Calgary. It is not going to be the most fun flight I've ever had on an Air Canada plane before. Not particularly looking forward to that plane. But yeah, does anybody else have any questions before I get out of here? And maybe they'll put up some pictures for you guys to see on Instagram before I fall asleep tonight. Because it's like midnight here. Alright. Well, I don't see any questions. So I'm going to let you guys go. And then I'll put up a thing on when we're going to post when we decide when we're going to do the test. Alright. Stay tuned. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.